Our Truth to Go teacher this month is none other than our own founder of 100 Huntley Street and the Crossroads Ministry, David Mainse. And he's asked me to read his key verse each day before he shares, and I'm very happy to do it. So let me start off at the beginning of Matthew chapter 5 as Jesus is about to deliver his famous Sermon on the Mount. Verses 1 and 2 read, "And seeing the multitudes, he went up on a mountain, and when he was seated, his disciples came to him. Then he opened his mouth and taught them, saying..."
And as Ron read, thank you, Ron, his disciples came to him. The word disciples in the Hebrew is talmidim, studiers of the Talmud, if you will. But a little kindergarten child in Israel goes to school, he's called a talmidim, a student. That's what it means. And there were thousands of students coming to hear Jesus teach. This is not just the 12 apostles. And then Jesus, of course, goes on with 9 blesseds. Now, more modern paraphrases use the word happy. Loses a little something here over the word bless or blessed. And then we have rejoice and be exceeding glad coming up, and that's the thrust for this month's teaching, Truth to Go, called Journey into Joy. Now, in my lifetime, I've experienced what most people have experienced: loss, disappointment, struggles, pain, pressures. However, in all of these, I believe I've learned to be a joyful person. Now, I invite you to come with me on a journey. We're calling it the Journey into Joy. And like other journeys you've taken, this will also be made up of many steps. To some of you, journeying into joy may be a mirage of an idea. Let me assure you, joy is not that far away. It's within reach. So therefore, we turn toward it and move forward. This may mean facing some very painful memories, working through them. It may mean coming to grips with reality, accepting what we cannot change and changing what we can. It may mean seeking professional help. The Bay Ridge Family Center here at Crossroads in Burlington and other professional centers across the continent will help you. It's always nice to have spurts of joy, for example, a compliment or a surprise check in the mail. What we really need to do is move toward a constant awareness of bedrock joy in our everyday lives. Now, in Matthew chapters 5, 6, and 7, Jesus preached that famous teaching known as the Sermon on the Mount. It's the longest recorded message of Jesus. It's full of principles and wisdom for all people. And those who are willing to read, mark, underline, perhaps even memorize, you'll be well on your way in your journey into joy. Once again, reading the first 2 verses of chapter 5, "And seeing the multitudes, he went up on a mountain. And when he was seated, his disciples came to him. Then he opened his mouth and taught them, saying," with a spirit of humility and a desire to be teachable, let us begin this exciting journey.